This is Kameron Bender from the VIU men's basketball team joining us for a couple of minutes. Let's talk a little bit about basketball and yourself. When did you first fall in love with basketball?
I say I fell in love with basketball. I want to say probably in my freshman year of college summer. I played for the longest time, but I don't think I was truly in love with it until after that. I put in a lot of work my freshman year, made a huge jump coming into sophomore year, and I think I really fell in love with it during that time.
What changed? Do you remember? Was there a moment of play, a person that said, hey, you should play basketball?
I thought I loved it before, and I really enjoyed playing, but I just didn't love it enough to put the work in to get where I actually wanted to be in the sport. But I loved it enough to play it. But now I would say I genuinely love basketball.
Yeah. So for basketball and in the States, being American too, I mean, so much focus is on athletics in the U.S. Did you play any other sports growing up?
I played football for about 6 years, all the way up until middle school, just youth football until I decided to quit and play basketball. That's it, though. I ran track for 1 year in high school, but it was during COVID, so only did one meet. So, yeah.
You had to separate, right?
Yeah, can't really count that. But just basketball for most of my life.
Yeah. Being from California, now coming up to BC, do you see some similarities?
The wind, that's pretty much it. It's not a lot of rain where I was from or cold like this, but it is windy, and it was very windy in California as well. So I'd say it's nice weather in the summertime too. I will say that too. Yeah. So, yeah.
And being from California, with all the news in California with the fires, is home affected at all?
Thankfully, not to my knowledge of any of my family out there. We are pretty far away from where the fires are going on, but obviously still sad to see that stuff. And we were near that area when we lived out there. So
yeah. Oh man. So now coming up to Canada, why VIU? Why come to Canada?
I really liked everything they had going on this year. Last year they were a really solid program. They've been a solid program for the past very long time. Yeah. And also coming from Green River, where I was last year, the way we run our offense and defense is actually pretty similar. So it was easy for me to come in and be comfortable here.
Mm-hmm. Did you feel like that you would dominate Canadian basketball because you're American? We watched the Dream Team on TV. Did you think that you would come out and just dominate?
I wouldn't say dominate, but I definitely had a preconceived notion before coming here of how it's going to be like. And it's been different for sure. It's definitely been still challenging. Like, it's not anything to be, but no, I don't think I would say thought I was going to dominate.
Yeah, the PACWEST is really competitive, and no matter where you play, who you play, it's at least a competitive game.
Absolutely, you have to show up every night, or else you're going to be beat. So you can't just come out there and just assume you're going to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, have you tried anything Canadian? Have you tried poutine or anything like that?
I have not tried poutine. My teammates have been trying to get me to try it. I don't know if I'm going to try poutine. I don't know if I can do the. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try. On the way back, I'll try it on the ferry. I will try it. I will try.
What about bacon or anything like that?
Oh, I love bacon.
Okay.
But I don't know if I've had like Canadian bacon per se, or I haven't bought like any Canadian maple syrup. I need to do that too. I do like syrup. So
before you go home, I'm sure.
I'm gonna bring something home for sure for my family. They'll definitely want something from here. So I definitely have some souvenirs when I go back.
Does the family watch you on the stream? Have they had a chance to come up to see you in action?
Yes, my immediate family at least, is tuned in pretty much every game. We went down to Washington for a couple exhibitions, and my mom and grandma showed up to that. But that's I'm sure they'll be down soon for some games later. Yeah. They got their passports now, so.
Right on. Can you see yourself staying in Canada long term, coming back to VIU next year, or do you have aspirations going somewhere else?
I can definitely see myself in Canada. I like the area. Like, I don't have any problem with it, where I would say I couldn't. I'm not sure next year so far yet. We'll see, how the rest of the season goes and what my options are looking like next year. I'm really far from home, so might want to return back for next year. I might stay depending on how things look at the end of the year.
How about skill-wise? What are you trying to improve on before the end of the year?
Trying to improve on a couple of things. One is just staying level-headed during the game. I feel like sometimes I can get in my own head. And
emotions run high too, right?
Absolutely. It's an emotional game, so it happens. But I'm trying to keep that down. Also, just keep my team involved more. I want to try to get a couple more assists in the stat column, maybe.
Yeah. One last question is about your hair, because every picture I see, you have like a different. You got good hair. How do you determine how it plays out?
It's really not up to me, unfortunately. I kind of just grab a section of it that would be in my face and tie it up, and hopefully it doesn't look too crazy. But I try to fix it whenever I can, but I try not to stay focused on that as much as I can throughout the game.
Look good, play good, though, right?
Yes, absolutely. I try to get it right before the game. Absolutely.
Thanks for doing this. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Kameron Bender from the VIU Mariners.